This is one in a series of videos which we are looking at some real-world examples of how we can use AI in the psycho environment. Generally, when we speak about using AI, it normally means just calling some kind of API that hooks up to another more complex system in the background that helps provide some useful sort of information for us. So in this example, we're going to connect to the ChatGPT API, which I'm sure most people are aware of. And we're going to ask it to do some keyword generation for us. Now, there's a variety of different ways in which you could generate keywords within Sitecore, but this is just one which I've found useful. So in this example, what we normally do is I have a scheduled task which continuously runs, and it looks for any items which have been sort of updated recently. So this is a news article, and once I made an edit to it, this task would kick in and it generates keywords. You simply just put that prompt in, you supply it the context of the body of the article, and it generates a big list of keywords, comma separated. I then do a subsequent call to ask it to expand upon and generate alternative words based on the words we've already had. And we'll come on to that later. It just allows for a higher chance of getting a match. Okay, so there's some examples of some keywords. Now on to how we then decide to use those. So that is a news article with keywords. We then go to an actual article itself. In this case, it's an article, not a news article, it's just a page about Antarctica. And we can click on a button like that, and that brings up a new tool which we've created, which generally just does exactly the same sort of thing, but with the body of this item. It will generate keywords, and then it'll overlay those keywords and try to match them against the keywords that were generated against a news article. So in this situation, it's suggested a number of articles, which you can see these are the matches. So we can choose a number of articles to include in that item. In a similar manner, we can get a banner image. So this is one of the banner images that we added earlier. And as part of that process, it generated keywords. We then have our secondary process, which sort of expands on those keywords. And again, it hopefully then relates in a better match. So we can select a banner image and then also pick from one of the other sort of ones for a thumbnail. Here you can see I'm able to utilize that description that we used earlier and just pull in those ones which are squares, which we use for our thumbnails. Similarly, these banner images have been identified by that description banner image based on the dimensions of the image. Then if we save and close, that will then save those details to the item itself. Hopefully this will maybe allow us in the future to do something like a more automated task. So a user might in the future just sort of add the text, or even get AI to add the text for something they want to build an item around. They click the button and it'll automatically go and find some banner images, some news articles, and a navigation image, and save the user a lot of time.